Hello, Denise here. Hope you're having a great day. So, you may have said this at one point in your life, or I've heard others around you say this, on how you really wish someone would change, or you need someone to change. It's important that they change. And when it comes down to it, we can't make anyone else change. The only person that we can change is ourselves. And with that being said, it doesn't mean that when we're working on making those changes, others aren't trying to change us or to stop us from changing. And I hear that a lot is, when I set these goals, I was really excited and I'm getting more positive support from my Facebook friends, my Instagram friends, from people that I've never met live and in person than I am from my own supposed to be support circle. And that's not unusual and that's not surprising. It may seem like it when it's you, but when you look at the big picture and how this all works, if I change myself, that means those around me have to change in some form or another in order to continue to have a relationship with me. Let me explain that. As we work on expanding ourselves, as we're working on developing new skill sets, improving ourselves, whatever that is, whether professional or personal or both, kind of a development that you want to do for yourself, you in turn are changing how you interact with others. You change how much time and energy you might be putting into some drama, whereas one time maybe you got into the drama or even thrived off of it. You're also using your words differently. You're using your communication style differently. So people may have been able to push your buttons a little bit more and get different reactions from you. Now you may respond in a different way. So when you've made those changes and if working on your own improvement, if you've noticed that people kind of up the ante and try to keep pushing at you to see if they'll get you to kind of go back to your old ways or kind of do an explosion, it's because they're not sure what's going on. They're used to the old way. And a lot of times they may have liked the old way because it served them better. If I'm setting boundaries, and boundaries are limits that I'm willing to accept, willing to take, willing to engage in. If I'm setting a boundary, for an example, maybe I have a sister who would always just drop her kids off on me in the last minute because she didn't plan ahead for a sitter. And now I'm saying, no, I'm not available. I'm now changing her way of what she has to interact. Sorry, I've got some neighbors that all of a sudden got quite loud as I'm out here talking. So my sister now has to change how she interacts because she no longer can just drop her kids off. Yes, I like spending time. You may like spending time with your sister's kids, but at the same time, you're now saying, no, that doesn't work for me. Whereas before, maybe you wouldn't have said anything at all and have just taken them, maybe seethed quietly, or kind of done some passive aggressive kind of interactions. So when we're changing ourselves, others around us have to change. So our friends that we haven't physically met yet, our friends who are here to support us, our friends who are on the same journey as we are, they understand what we're doing. They get what we're doing and they're supportive of it. We're also not necessarily having them change and adjust their lifestyles like we are those that are closest to us. Another reason why those around us may not necessarily like our changes and may try to push us back into our old ways is because they're worried about us. They may have our best interest at heart, and because we're doing something they don't understand, because we're doing something that they consider scary, and we may also consider it scary, we're stepping out of that comfort zone. So some of them are wanting to keep us safe. Some of them might be a little jealous and envious. It may be that they wish they could do that. They've seen you become more outspoken. They've seen you become more grounded in your passion and focusing your time and energy on that. And they're like, well, why don't I get to do that? Or one that I hear a lot about is when someone does something and become more successful in whatever their area of focus and concentration is, right? They're reaping the rewards of their hard work. And then you hear, well, they're just lucky. It's like, oh no, girl, if you saw the work I did behind the scenes, this is not luck. This is hard work. So I just wanted to throw that out there because if you're finding that you're getting some kind of a resistance, whether it's overt or covert, from those around you as you're making these changes, One, you're changing the rules of the game, right? Because you're changing how you interact. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with this. It's just why they might not be as supportive of you. Two, they actually really care about you and they're worried about you. You're no longer in that safe zone. You're stepping out of the comfort zone. You're doing something different and something where there's that unknown. They don't know what the end result's going to be. They might not understand what it is either that you're hoping to accomplish. And that's okay. They don't need to. And then third, some of them might just be a little envious of you. You're doing something considered brave. You're not accepting the status quo. And that may be something that they can't at this time and point in their life see themselves doing. So keep doing what you're doing. Just give yourself a little bit more grace, especially when you feel like, why isn't anyone supporting me? Or why aren't they giving me the kind of support that I've given them in the past? You might be on two different playing fields. And when you're on a different playing field, if they're not at your level, they might not understand what you're doing. No judgment, no criticism. It's just the way that it is. So you keep being you. Keep doing your work. If you need the support, want the guidance, the link is in to schedule a complimentary call with me. I can help you strategize how you can do this and if it works for us to work together. I hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.